Hello again, KCIW listeners, and welcome to Curry Café. I'm volunteer Rick McNamara. Every Sunday from 3 to 4, your host, Ray Gary, KCIW's famous radio personality, and I put together a panel of guests to discuss various topics of interest that impact our wonderful community. And there will be a little different today. I'm not going to give out the text line because we're doing a recorded show today rather than live. So now here's Ray to tell us about what's going on today on our show.
Well, I can tell you a little bit about what's going on so far. And we usually do this live, and we sit down and do it, and it works. And now we're trying to record it, which should be easier, and we're in our second attempt at doing that. But anyway, we have a fun show today. We're going to be talking about a new production, and it sounds to me like it'll be a great production for people who hate the Xmas Carol. But anyway, we will go
hate and love.
Go around the table.
All are welcome.
Have everybody introduce themselves and tell us exactly why they're here.
My name is Joanne Reeves. I'm the producer of the musical An Xmas Carol. And not everybody hates Christmas Carol. In fact, it's probably the most beloved story that there is by Charles Dickens.
I'm known for being different than most people.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
Well, join the crowd this year, Ray. Join the crowd.
I'm not fond of Christmas music or lights or Christmas in general.
Ah, humbug.
Right on.
There's a Scrooge character right there.
Exactly.
Anyway, go ahead, Joanne.
Okay, thank you. So this is an adaptation. We have reduced the script quite a bit, and it is a rock musical. Scrooge is a burnt-out rocker. He has a roadie, Bob Cratchit, who he has abused. Marley is a soulful singer who shows back up to say, I wear the chains I forged in life. And dude, if you don't change your ways, you are doomed. And through this musical, we will have approximately 12 songs. We've got 3 down so far, and the script, and we are building it out where we'll have the rest of it. And it will be a fully bona fide rock musical. And the music is composed by my friend, Rene Murillo.
Hello. Who's on now?
Hi.
Tell us a little about yourself, Rene.
Well, just musician.
Okay, that's good.
Stop.
Now,
Give him the stuff, dude.
where are you here from?
I'm sorry.
Where did you come from to get here?
Oh, yeah. We live in Portland at the moment, but I originally from LA. So, long way from home. Been out here for 8 years now.
Rene is a composer, but he's a musician in bands throughout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which fits the requirements for this. It's not classical. It's not symphonic. It's a pure rock musical, and we're also so grateful to Jason Liddell of Three Penny Theater.
Yeah.
Who as we've done this. Also to Lori Gallo Stoddard, who's making this possible for us to sit here right now, because our goal was we want to do this musical, but it's not just to have it as a staged theater. What we're doing is recording it to where we can make it a documentary to show what we're doing here, but also, well, you guys know. What's the big movie musical out now? Wicked, right?
Yeah, right.
And that kind of got me going right there. I go, if Wicked can do it, An Xmas Carol is not far off the mark.
That was kind of your inspiration for this?
I was inspired years ago. I started in with the concept of An Xmas Carol, approximately 20 years ago, actually.
Wow.
As I've done in regional theater and across the United States, any number of productions of A Christmas Carol, musicals, readers' theaters, directed them. I must have done 12, 15 versions of A Christmas Carol.
This isn't your first rodeo, I hear.
This is it's the hody-ho time of year. As a matter of fact, 2 years, my daughter played Tiny Tim when she was 4 and 6. Because who needs a babysitter when
when you have an actress.
when I've got this cute, well, you know, what was interesting is she refused to be an actress after those experiences. After she was stuck under the robe of the ghost of Christmas Present and was like groin high for numbers of minutes, I said, I'm not paying for therapy. You're just not going to go into theater, I guess.
Okay.
And she did not. So yes, very familiar with A Christmas Carol. But this is really different. It's kismet that Rene and I got together because it was an idea that I'd had and knew how it should kind of shake out. But it was through talking to each other that I go, give me a sample of something. And he started with Marley, which is a tremendous song. It's soulful. It gets down there. And so I go, well, let's continue with this. And then Lori put us in touch with Jason. And that's how showbiz works, isn't it? Especially live
cool.
performance. It's called, it either works or doesn't work. It could have stopped right back there in the grocery aisle when Rene and I were first talking. But you take it a step by a step, and sometimes it works. And I want to thank Jason so much because he's worked with all the actors. He's been like at it with, you know, it's one of those things, theater, you don't necessarily get a payoff right away. In fact, you may never get a payoff, as anybody knows.
Right.
But sometimes it's a miracle. And that's what we're going for, a Christmas miracle this year.
Well,
We would like to see by next year, we have this fully developed as a musical. Someone wants to back it. As a matter of fact, if you love this idea, you too could be a producer. Contact me at no, seriously. It's all possible.
Great.
But it starts with talent, and that's what we got.
well, and we will get to Jason's well known in the community here. We all know him.
Oh, he gets around.
And Kat. Anyway, I want to go real quick where you and Rene, how did you guys originally get together?
The store aisle, seriously. We were talking, and we wound up talking about what he does. I go, you're a composer. And I go, oh, I'm in theater. Whatever. I go, you know, I go, but I do have this, and I do have this musical I've been thinking about back again. And it was because of Wicked, seriously.
Okay.
It was my inspiration. I was like going, oh my God. I mean, have you seen that?
Now, Rene, at this point, was she saying, I do have this idea, you're thinking, oh, no, not another one, right?
As far as what?
As far as somebody else giving you yet another idea to write some music.
He liked the idea right away.
I like her, and I like her, like, you know, just how she carries herself, and I respect people that are genuine. And she gave me an idea, and I was like, you know what, like, I got nothing to lose but everything to gain. So I was like, hey, you know, here's what I came up with. Like, let me know what you think, you know.
And how long ago was this, roughly?
Gosh, this has got to be about 9 months ago starting.
Oh, okay.
It's relatively new.
Has it been 9 months?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
kiddo, it has. Tempest Fugit. Yeah, so it was like one thing, and I'm like, because I don't know if he can really do this, right? Like, oh, let's have a little experiment.
Obviously, you're finding out that he really can.
Oh my gosh.
That's the way it's going.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, have you heard the voice? It's remarkable. And the
Just
music.
got a little bit of it earlier, but
It's
great.
It once again, I say it's kismet because you don't know. You could wind up going, that was lovely, or some other. No, that's terrible. But no,
Okay.
it was exactly what I thought of. In fact, to begin with, I was like going. I thought of something, you know, in a way, a composer a little more symphonic in certain kinds of ways. But actually, I came round to the idea of I go, no, this is a rock musical. My background in usual musicals is much more traditional.
Okay.
So it's been adjusted.
And Rene, so you've been in you are in a band. You're in various bands.
I have one band at the moment.
Okay.
I have several little projects, but yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
So, and you do play around Portland,
At the
different
moment,
venues.
No, at the moment we're just recording an EP. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if this is a rock musical, what style of rock?
Yeah, that's you know, yeah, it all
Are we
comes
talking
back.
Led Zeppelin or
Well, I mean,
Eagles?
whatever you want to get out of it, but I mean, I mean, for an example, Chains was influenced by Arthur Brown. I don't know if you know Arthur Brown.
No.
Fire, I'll teach you to burn.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see you burn. Heavy organ.
Okay.
Just she wanted burned out rock star. So I try to pull out some kind of old cards. Heavy organ. Hey, maybe it can add a little bit of like Doors sounding bass in here. Let's throw in some like Mars Volta guitar playing in here. It's just kind of sporadic. It's not something that.
Well,
It got influenced by, musicians that came before.
well, I was
me.
going to say, obviously, you're younger than Ray and I know that.
Yeah.
So, but you just, not one particular era or, I love to say genre because of Alex Trebek, but
I just call
just
it
kind of all over the place, but mostly in rock and roll.
Yeah, I call it like post-psychedelic.
Okay.
Get
Get that.
psychedelic rock.
Okay.
For the most part. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So let's get to Mr. Jason here, Jason Liddell.
Hi, Rick. I'm Jason Liddell. I'm really stoked to be here, and I'm really excited to have finally gotten to meet Joanne and Rene. We've been communicating for months and months now, and now it's all coming together.
Right on.
Jason is that guy, by the way, when you go to an event, any place in Brookings, and you see that guy standing there, it's him.
Not doing anything, just standing there.
Yeah. He appears to be just standing there. There may be a lot of deep thoughts going on, or
I make it look like I'm very...
telepathic direction.
I make it look like I'm very productive.
Yes.
That's all a ruse.
It's kind of how my career went sometimes
Yeah.
when I worked.
I do want to clarify, so this officially isn't a 3 Penny project. When we first started talking, that was the idea. 3 Penny's a new company. I was a co-founder of 3 Penny Theater Co. It's now a nonprofit. I'm no longer a founder. I'm a volunteer. 3 Penny was just a bit too busy at the time. And so I took it upon myself. We'd get this going on our own. We're having a little bit of help from 3 Penny, small donation, in-kind donation of like lights and stuff to use. But it is not a 3 Penny
Okay.
production.
Okay.
But like Joanne was saying, and I think Kismet was a really good word for that. I had met Lori, I don't know, last year, started doing some news reporting with KCIW, and Lori's like, hey, I got a friend working on this project. Why don't you two talk? And I was telling Rene earlier, I'd never done anything like this, and it's easily one of those projects where I could have gone, you know what, I don't have the time right now, or I don't know that I'm equipped to do this, and just put it to rest. But I wanted to take a stab, and I wanted to take a risk and try something new. And by new, I mean working on a project at the ground floor. I've almost 15 years experience performing arts in the area, but that's almost been entirely licensing shows and doing what they give you. This is the genesis of an idea, where things are bound to change and mold and adapt, and it's all new territory for me.
And then tomorrow, now again, this is recorded, so you have to, people out there listening, take it as it is. But tomorrow will be the first time it's going to be performed, so to speak.
For an audience, yes.
For an audience,
Yes.
which is exciting.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is also new. This is even interesting. It's unique. It's a one-day performance. The idea of a live performance kind of came about a little bit later in the process. We're like, okay, let's put something together. And I got a location. I got a small venue. It's, the place where 3 Penny does most of their shows.
Okay.
Good relationship with the landlord, good rates. We know
That
the
helps.
resources that we have. And we're like, okay, let's figure out how to do this. We got a short script. It's not going to last too long, but let's build a whole show around it. A more comprehensive show with different.
So this really is the, what's the word, nascent, if you will,
That's a word.
time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's-
Is it the right
let
one?
me make sure I did it right.
It is the right word.
Okay.
He's showing off. Kind of word he learned in his railroad days. I
Oh,
think.
no, that
There's
didn't
a lot
happen
of
in the railroad.
nascent things around the track.
But anyway, this is exciting. And so what is the length of it right now, roughly?
So we last timed it at about 12 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so
That
you're
is
thinking,
short, but
why am I going to come see a 12-minute show? It's not just a 12-minute show. We're building it out into a bigger show. We're going to do a premiere performance tomorrow at 2.
Right.
Then we're going to have a Q&A with Joanne and Rene and myself.
Oh.
And spend a little time so the audience can find out more information from the creators.
Get excited.
And then we'll do a second performance right after that.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll finish out with some live music from Rene.
And the reason being for the performances is to record them. We are excited to do them live, that people can enjoy it and see what we're doing. But it's about recording it so it can go to a much broader interest group. Theatrical producers, perhaps. I know any number of people who run theaters around the country. What we're after is backing to develop the rest of it.
And it's cool that you picked Brookings to be the start.
Brookings picked me.
Oh.
I would never.
Clip that. Clip that.
Well,
I mean, I love Brookings. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So I think, is it safe to say, Joanne, this is functioning as a proof of concept. It's here's what we have, here's what we can do, and get on the wagon with us.
Well, indeed. For example, when people hear Rene's music, they respond, right? When Candace heard Chains, right away she loved the music.
Awesome.
And that's what it's about, isn't it? If you're doing a musical, somebody better love the music to begin with. So we
Kind of important, I would say.
Would you just say that? Yeah. So what we saw is that, okay, we're on the right track, but it's taken 9 months to get to this, and that's 15 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't perfect yet with what we're doing in those 15 minutes. But the miracle is Lori Gallo Stoddard, who has won numerous awards in various different mediums, is going to edit this to where we look like the shizzle. No matter,
great.
yeah, for sure. We will be the shizzle, but it will even be greater than that because, well, if we created a whole musical here and performed it, marvelous, but they're not driving in from Poughkeepsie to watch it. We want...
Yet, anyway.
There you go. We'll make it a package. Just come
Right
to
on.
Brookings.
Okay.
See the show, stay somewhere. No, what we want to do is take it out and make it either the production, stage production. Well, I have to give total credit to Jason on this one.
Oh, God.
When discussing it to begin with, we talked about a documentary, which is what we're doing even with this. Lori's shooting, been shooting everything that we've been doing.
Right.
So you can see the process. People love to watch process. Jason came up with a fabulous name for this documentary. Brookings to Broadway.
Oh,
Come on.
that's great. You and I had talked earlier, and I wrote that down. I want
I mean,
to...
it's classical.
But I do want to
It
know...
was the low-hanging fruit. It was right there.
I know, but those are archetypes. I mean, that's
Yes.
what people recognize.
I love alliteration.
As do I. Brookings to Broadway. It's an idea. Now, Broadway might be a major playhouse in San Diego. It could be somewhere else.
Right.
We would prefer Broadway, right?
Right.
And I know some people there. Maybe it's off Broadway. However, once again, going for a bigger goal.
Yes.
Want to make that movie.
Yeah.
It'll be a Christmas. How many Christmas movies are there? Not enough.
No, oh my God.
For Ray, too many.
My
Ray
heart,
too
But
many.
these are Scrooge.
my heart kind of stopped a little bit there
I'm
when you
sorry,
not
I'm
not enough. My goodness.
You do have a resident Scrooge. I love it. I love it. So, God willing and the creek don't rise, we'll get some people who enjoy this. Somebody rich, come on up. You could be the producer. You want to go to those awards, dress up? Well, I can't promise it, but we can talk about it. Yeah.
So can I just get the performance is about 15 minutes,
Correct.
and then after that, the people in the audience and the players are going to discuss.
Correct.
Okay.
You'll get to see it twice.
Okay.
So
or they'll
Buy one, get
wander
two.
out, or they'll wander out. No, you know what? They will stay because it's a process.
Yeah.
We're only just starting. This was the first. They've been rehearsing, but this was the first one we had today with sound and sound effects. So anything can go wrong.
That's
or it
part
can
of the
go
fun,
very,
I would
or it can
assume, a
go
little
very,
bit.
or it can go very right.
Yeah.
So, and guess what? At these prices, shut up and sit down.
Hello.
because like we said before, I don't even know if I mentioned it. It's a free show. We're not charging admission to see this show. So you buy one, you get two.
There you go.
Sounds
And
good.
so while we're on the topic of, like the cost of it, and one thing I think that's important is this is done with a nearly zero budget. This is
Good
just
point.
off of the blood, sweat, and tears of the people involved. We're going to pay for some space rent and paid for some posters to go up, and that's about it. And we want to show, here's what we can do with nothing. Imagine what we can do with something,
Yeah.
and
Well, it sounds like everybody here is inspired to make this thing go.
absolutely.
And-
It's amazing, isn't it? But
It is.
that's often the case in theater. There's so many yeomen who work wherever you go. There's somebody who loves theater, who's not getting paid for it, but just loves it too much to not do it.
We,
That's it.
we have the film festival here, and we get to meet
Yes.
producers and directors, and many of them are just what you say.
Exactly. It's the arts.
Oh, yeah.
It's the arts. And we have to continue to support them in some way, shape, or form. Because, well, for me, like watching the people around the table today doing reading and singing, I go, this is an outlet. People require an outlet. It's part of their soul. It's part of their nature. So that all, as a producer and a director, I've always loved that part. I go, and a nurturer, basically, give people a chance to shine, to feel like there's more to life. And theater and music does that. Needless to say.
And it's so personal rather than a movie. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
truly that is the
So-
beauty of theater.
Yeah.
And one thing I found surprising, we're in a really small rural area in Oregon, and one might think, oh, we're culturally starved, we're starved for the arts. Brookings actually has what I would consider a significant amount of performing arts in
I
the area,
agree.
from theater to dance to musicians and everything. And I think the goal we need to strive for is the cooperation, the community, bringing it all together. We have a lot of arts here, but we need to team up and make big projects like this. We need the manpower and the resources. And a big project like this is a spectacular opportunity, I think, to really team up.
Yeah.
Brookings to Broadway.
From Brookings to Broadway.
From Brookings to Broadway.
I could see it up in lights. All
Your
through the
name
town
and
right
lights,
now.
your ass and tights. Oh, can I say that? Sorry.
And
Yeah, you can say it. You can say that.
and the merch. Think of the merch.
Indeed, all of
We
the-
know how to
all
get
the-
you good T-shirts, by the way.
Okay, all of the
We
above.
just-
You're
Well,
in charge of
hopefully
t-shirts.
that was.
We don't know how to get any money for the T-shirts, but we can get you T-shirts.
Okay, well, see, once again, it's Kismet. I now have a t-shirt guy.
Okay.
So and everybody shows up who needs to show up.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
I know a guy who knows the guy exactly.
Right on, man.
Exactly.
He actually knows the cousin of the guy, but anyway, it was
Close enough.
Close enough.
Close
yes.
enough.
So a little bit of the particulars. So tomorrow, how many people will be on stage performing? Roughly
We're gonna have 8
8.
people. Yes.
Okay.
We have Ebenezer Scrooge, of course. We have Scrooge. We have Marley. We have the nephew. We have a charity man, Bobby Cratchit, young Ebby, and Belle, young Ebenezer's first love.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Now, if I counted right, that was only 7. But I include Rene. Rene is going to make a guest appearance to sing vocals for one of Scrooge's songs.
Nice.
So we'll have 8 up there.
And again, you mentioned "Chains" was a song that you wrote.
Well, I mean, all the words are Charles Dickens words, but
Okay,
yeah,
but
all
put to your music.
Yeah, everything is. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And in your band, what instruments do you play?
Oh, I mean, well, I write the music as well, but yeah, rhythm guitar and
Okay.
vocals.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the name of the band's called Crocrosmia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they in town with you? Or
I'm sorry.
are they here with you? Or
I wish. I mean, the show.
Not me.
The show would have just been,
Yeah.
Yeah.
some live music. Why not?
Oh, well, you're right.
Yeah. And then now that we're,
Well, tomorrow, as part of the performance, also Rene will be doing one of his original pieces for the crowd, so they can see just what his own
very
music
cool.
is that's not based on Dickens. So we're gonna have a Rene solo.
All right.
Have we even mentioned what time this is happening?
It's
yet?
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yeah, so tomorrow, Sunday, December 7th, 2 p.m. at the Brookings Event Center in Brookings, right next to Wild Hair Barber and Feather Your Nest. It is, like I said, basically the main base of operations for Three Penny Theater Co. shows. And it's my favorite part about this place and about what we've done in the past is it's a community center. It's completely blank and empty. And we go in and create a theater out of it. Bring out all the seats with bigger productions. We put up flats and all this stuff. And so we turn this little empty room into a viewing space, into a theater for people.
Which is another part. It kind of goes to where the Wild Rivers thing about not only you guys producing, singing, the music, the writing. You have to do all the stagehand work too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief cook and model walk.
Okay.
If only
Master, what is it? Jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know.
I wish, I think people would benefit from knowing what goes into just making art, period, be it theater or music or dance or whatever. A lot of people come and see shows and hopefully they love it. But boy, if you knew like what it took, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, financially.
I was going to say, so tomorrow December 7th again, starts at 2, but people get there to set up probably very earlier than that, much earlier than that.
Yeah, so luckily
And then later.
This is a simplified production.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll get there, a few hours early.
Yeah.
Set up, rehearse a few more times. Really, really polish it before we start letting people in.
I'm trying to think that old Jackson Brown song about how all the roadies. Do you remember that one at all?
Yeah.
About how the roadies were all the.
Can you hum a few bars?
Oh God, they would take me off the radio after.
Okay.
But it told that story. They're really the ones making the whole thing work. And after they roll all the equipment, then they pack up the equipment, put it anyway. It's a big deal.
It is. We've joked.
But you guys are also the roadies right now, I'm assuming.
I'm not.
We've joked in the past. Theater is a team sport. It's very much a team sport. It takes everyone involved. And when you do try to do it all on your own, like when Kat and I started,
Yep.
it's absolutely exhausting, and I don't recommend it. It's a masochistic endeavor.
Well, occasionally, I know Kat comes in here a lot too, and it was probably a year or so ago, but as she ran in and ran out because she's got 500 things going, I said, "Hey, Kat, we were doing a show that I thought she might want to partake," and she just gave me this exhausted look, like, "Not at this time."
Kat was originally going to play a role in our production, but because they're so busy, they didn't have the availability for it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I think it's going to be a big deal, exciting for.
Are you coming, Rick?
I certainly am.
Are you coming?
If I can get them tickets, it's filling up.
Oh, that's right. Well, so that remains to
Jason,
be
make
seen.
it happen.
This-
Make it happen.
I need 2.
Okay. Are you committed to sitting? Is that a deal?
sorry?
Is sitting a deal breaker for you? I'm making a joke like you might have to stand.
A standing room only?
It might be.
Okay. well,
Something went
What's-
over Ray's head for the first time ever.
I did a standing room thing for Cats in New York, so I guess I can handle
It could be.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, a one-day event.
Right.
30 seats. That's all we can really sell. It's very intimate, and it's kind of exclusive at this point, and almost all of our tickets are sold.
Okay, but now will there be standing room only? I mean, can people
Well,
come in there and stand?
of
Would you
course.
prefer not?
I'm not sure about that, but
Okay.
as this is not airing until after we've performed it, this
Right.
will not affect the number of people that come in. And what I would say is we will be recording all this, and Lori's going to make a wonderful edited show of this So that's going to be available for people to see online. You'll be able to see what we did in the future. And
Is there a time frame for that? How long might we have to?
I don't want to push her because
No. And she's right behind me, and I think
she's right behind you.
She seems she seems comical, but she can get nasty, defending herself. So just
You better watch her.
I think someone's going to pull Ray off the air.
approaching her when she's eating may be a.
Okay, thank you for the
There are
advice.
things you need to know
Thank
about.
you. Thank you.
It's taken
that's great, though.
years to learn.
So it will be available for everybody to watch
Yes, it
online
will.
here.
Yes, it will.
Whenever.
Yes, it will, because that's part of the promotion, because 30 people and they don't know what's happening. So somebody can watch that ex post facto and go, I really like that. I've got a ton of money.
Yeah.
I think I need to get in as a producer and make this happen. You know, we could use some De Medicis up in here if it were possible.
Okay.
So a ton of money. This would not be a deductible donation then for this play, would it?
Yes, it will be. It'll be through a nonprofit.
Oh,
And so,
okay.
yes, that is deductible. But, you know, once again, it can be a small donation to keep it going so we can get it created. And I'm talking to the whales out there. Do you want to go to an awards ceremony for your movie that you produced? Let's think big.
Yeah.
Dude in a iron lung that's leaving soon and
Well,
has I'm kidding.
no.
Not.
Well, you're already thinking big with the Brookings to Broadway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why do it if you ain't thinking?
And I swear I do love that little saying. Right?
It's simple
course.
yet effective.
Of course. That's why I got to
Beautiful.
give them full credit.
Beautiful.
And one of the big differences, I think, for this, that it was one of the first parts of Joanne's vision when we started talking, was ultimately she wants to be able to pay people for their time and their effort and their blood, sweat, and tears. And for people like us, you know, like she was saying earlier, we just do theater for no pay. That's the expectation is, you know.
Yeah.
Which is why we only did the first 15 minutes to get in the first 3 songs to show how fabulous they were, because you cannot make people do that much work that you want to be top flight creative without some remuneration, without some appreciation. You can't just say thanks. I've run a couple of regional theaters, and I've always been proud to say they were nonprofits, always pay to everybody, from the actors to the tech to the everybody. Sometimes it wasn't much, but everyone was always paid, because that's basically a sign of respect. Thought we could get away with it on this one because it's new. It's starting. We have not asked tons of time, although Jason has done heroic yeoman's work and done a lot more for nothing so far. But he's in on the deal. That's what we got going. And so Brookings to Broadway.
Yeah. Rene, I believe you wanted to say something earlier. And
I just, wanted to give a quick little shout out to Gus Carrasco, my buddy that's helped me mix the songs and master them, and the awesome guitar that he does, in the intro. I mean, the guy is phenomenal. But I just, shout outs to him. And
great.
He's not here, but he's part of it as well. So.
Yeah, great.
You know what would be amazing when we get to our Broadway place, that we're doing the show, but with a live pit.
Oh,
With a live
there we go.
band.
that's how it's
you
done.
know.
Yeah.
Because my experience is it's all canned music. We don't have the resources to have a live orchestration for our musicals, and so to me that's an exciting prospect to me, to actually have people over on the side, down the pit, whatever, playing guitar,
Lights,
drums.
camera, action. Lights, revolving sets. Imagine Scrooge is in. He's a burnout rocker. We've got him watching his show, right? It's sounds and lights, and then you can circle the bed around to where he's in a totally different place. Theater's magical that way.
You name it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And with people of our generation, you say burnt out rocker,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to attract crowds, man.
well,
Because I
know
think 90% of them are burnt out rockers.
it is novel, isn't it? And
I think it's great, man.
And I bet we could, for Broadway, cast some remarkable old rocker. Now, what's your suggestion, lads? Who would you see?
Keith Richards, he'll still be alive.
You think so? Cryogenically frozen?
Maybe so. He's beaten the odds so far, man.
You know what? I don't know that.
I know.
But yes.
That's the one that comes to my mind.
There,
You know who would all right.
Ray's having a senior moment. It's all right.
Describe
Dion and the Belmonts. I don't know if you've heard him recently, but he's still current. He's a
and the Belmonts.
damn good singer.
Okay, well,
And he's around,
Yeah.
Ray?
okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's still making records.
You think of an Ozzy Osbourne type, he's gone, but
He's gone, yeah.
he's gone.
R.I.P.
Mick Jagger's not going to do it. But who?
I just said
He said
R.I.P.
rest in peace.
Oh yeah, all right. But along those lines, that is part of our concept also.
Well, when it gets to the Broadway part, they'll
Yes.
be interested in doing it.
That is correct.
maybe we can get Todd Rundgren.
Todd Rundgren,
Oh,
no,
haven't heard that one for a while.
Well, no, he does Broadway.
I know, and you know what?
Really?
Yeah.
He has a really sweet voice. Hello, it's me. No, it's sweet.
Don't get me started.
Okay, we won't get started. We won't get started.
Speaking of, go ahead.
Oh, just gonna say there's ones we haven't thought of, and I would think that someone would adore to do the part.
God, you would think so.
It's full on. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy he's going down. When we see him, he's like he's snorting, he's yelling, he's watching, right? He's and he still thinks he's it.
Well,
Now,
So-
you have to.
Go ahead.
Those are the guys that drop like flies. So you need to have a lot of people ready to replace these people that you're finding
there's still
as,
some around.
as they die. It's like every other day.
Can you sing, Ray?
No.
Okay. Well, once again, that's where you have understudies.
Yeah.
You bet you got to have understudies for the drug overdoses.
So not only the old folks. Now there are some local youth that are involved.
Adorable
in this.
youth I met today. Yeah.
Yeah, we have two younger people. One of them is Donovan Guthrie. He's in high school.
Okay.
I met him years ago, and his parents. Very first thing, we were doing a Christmas variety show, I believe, at the Chetco Playhouse, and he must have been 10 or younger, and he'd written a sketch, a little comedy sketch that just reeked of Monty Python.
Oh,
I went to his
my
dad. I'm like,
favorite.
does he watch Monty Python? He's like, oh my God, yes. And so he and I both acted in it, and it was a really fun experience, getting to help make a young kid's
A young
art
kid
brings life.
watching Monty Python
Fabulous.
brings
Yeah.
me back my 8-year-old stepchild way back when. I took him with me to see The Meaning of Life.
Oh.
And he might not have understood most of it, but he loves it to this, and he's 50.
Could you
Three now.
see a show of hands if anybody knows a woman that likes Monty Python?
Hello.
My wife,
I don't know what it is, but
I love Monty Python.
I mean, it's not like I don't know. It's,
Does she speak the king's English?
yes. I will be rolling all over the couch laughing at if I have a woman companion. That's not funny.
some do.
The night
Joanne does.
is definitely funny. What do you mean?
So back to the youth, and Jason, you were talking. I'm not familiar with the high school, even if there is a junior high here. Is there an arts program pretty good here in this town for high school?
The high school does have a drama program. I haven't seen anything in a while. I do believe right now they are working on a production of an originally adapted Wizard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the high school puts that on. Junior high, Azalea Middle School doesn't have a drama program anymore. They had a
Okay,
class
I guess that
last
might be a
year,
little
but
young. I don't
the
know.
high school definitely has one, and I know Crescent Elk Middle School in Crescent City has a drama program,
I'll be darned. That's cool.
and they don't get enough money. I know we're asking for money, but the schools don't get enough money for the
No,
arts.
no.
The arts got wiped out.
Yeah.
And that hurts. I think that hurts. I think the art
Tell it.
is important.
Tell it.
Yeah.
I really
Preaching of the
do.
choir.
While you're writing those checks, KCIW could always use some money. Nonprofit, tax deductible.
Let's get back to us.
Okay.
I agree.
I will
Support
just
that. Ray,
I will sit here for the rest of the hour
Ray,
and
Ray,
be
I'm
quiet.
kidding.
I'm
Please.
well known for doing that.
I wish I had tons of money. I'd support you myself.
Okay.
Well, right now we want to support what's going on tomorrow, and
And
With-
going forward.
and going forward. I'm going to come back to this. I'll be thinking about this a lot. The Brookings to Broadway. I just love it. It just
right?
means so much, man.
Make it happen.
It's perfect.
Wait until spring because the weather will be really rough on that trip right now.
Not our weather.
Yeah.
I love our weather.
No, when you
I
get
think that
out
was
of our
Ray's
weather,
first good
though.
idea.
Once you get out of our
Good.
weather becomes weather.
Well, and
Whether or not you do or not.
right.
Yes.
So I have a question for Joanne, if you guys don't mind.
Please.
What was it like handing over this project to someone you'd never met before?
Scary.
Yeah.
I'm a control monger, Lori will tell you, of sorts. But I also, I'm very logical and a pretty good detective. So with just a few questions, understanding work ethic, I realized that Jason could do it. I wasn't what I did not know. I knew he could do the process, going through it. He set it up, rehearsals, this or that, the times. What I did not know was his capacity to recognize talent, which is a talent in and of itself.
Oh yeah.
But what I watched around this table today, I go, he got the best talents that he could get in Brookings, which there's talent everywhere. It just has to be developed. So I was thrilled to discover
Right.
it. Yeah, because you can go, ooh, and in this case, it was great.
I really want to follow up on that because Rene and I were actually just talking about that earlier. You do find talent in the least expected places, and there's talent around, but it feels like there's been a gap between people that want to experience the arts that people like us provide and the people that want to participate. And
It's
trying to figure out, is it the fear?
It's the pipeline. There's just not that much. This goes way back. Remember Work Progress Administration, boys? You remember that?
Do we remember it?
Of course I do, because it set me up. In high school into college, they had arts programs where you could, I would do stuff through the Old Globe Theater where we would go out to schools and do all kinds of stuff because there was still residual, and then came in all the rest of it, and they go, arts has got to go. And in my opinion, arts has got to come back bigger than ever. It is the nourishment. A lot of people they're not going to do math. They're not going to do AI. They're not going to do anything. And arts is the panacea. It's the comfort. And
I think it's like a yin and yang of education, if you want to call that education. You need both, and you're right. Not everybody has both.
one of my idols is Albert Einstein. I quote him often. And so he talks about the fact, he said, I do most of my work while asleep. And he also talked about creativity was the source of how he got to stuff. Now, he combined some amazing things there. But creativity leads to comfort, and it helps a lot of people I've known when I was younger. It helped a lot of people get off the street and do something that interests them.
Yeah.
It should be supported. Once again, if you would like to support the arts, Threepenny Theater would like your support here in Brookings. They deserve it. They work hard. Jason Liddell is at it. Please support Threepenny Theater.
And my goal for the next phase or the finished product, to be able to make it a Threepenny thing, to have that full on.
Well, I can't promise you that one, Jason.
Okay.
As I remain the producer of this event, you are in, dude, because of what you did. I can tell you that. This much I know. Where sponsorship and where it will be headed by remains to be seen. The goal is, though, we will find a basis to get this supported. If someone were to just come in with a bundle, you wouldn't even have to do it nonprofit. You'd go straight to the your part of it, your payback. There's all dividends, the rest of it. However, all that's chopped. So at this stage, yes, it is what it is. Brookings to Broadway. Jason's in.
Speaking of giving, we're down to about 3 weeks in this year that you can give money that will be deductible on this year's taxes,
Yes.
and that you won't have to give to.
May I suggest?
Clock is ticking.
Yes. May
Yeah.
I suggest you send those checks to KCIW for an Xmas Carol. All right.
Awesome. Put that down.
KCIW. You got it.
Put that down.
Put that down.
Yeah.
Send the checks, and please do. If you have an interest in the arts, it ain't like nobody's getting rich. All it's going to do is pay some actors, some lighting guys, the rest of it. Send those checks to kciw.org. Attention, an Xmas Carol. Thank you very
Listen
much.
And
Oh,
heed.
okay. Yes, and you're going to do that with a credit card.
Yes, you can. And by the way, it's an extra 300 years off purgatory.
You Catholics ought to get that.
And fewer chains,
not.
right?
Fewer
Now-
chains and tears.
Joanne, I want to go. You and I have talked in the past, thanks to Lori started introducing us. And I know you have an astrological background. Did any of that come into play with any
Oh,
of-
Rick, you've given me up my other bio. I have been an astrologer for a long time now. This started back when in theater, I traded theater tickets to an astrologer who was a radio astrologer. I happened to be very analytical, got involved. And years later, she said, you can't just do this. And it's true. For people to value things, sometimes they have to invest to do that. Little by little, I built a practice. And moving to New York City, back in the day when I lived in San Diego, Whoopi Goldberg and I both worked at the same restaurant. Oh. She was the dishwasher and I was the waitress. And when I got to New York,
God, that's a movie right there.
right. And I had done some other things with her there at the Old Globe. And when I got to New York, she was big and doing her stuff. I wasn't, couldn't figure out necessarily how to get in there. One night I'm coming home from doing something, and usually I get off at one stop, but on the subway. But I hear a busker on his violin playing the Falling Leaves. What's this? Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Oh, okay.
Da, da, da. Okay, so I got to go down to the end of the platform where that busker's playing and give him $1. It was on the other side of the platform, so I came up where I usually wasn't, and there at Faucia, the Italian beef store, Whoopi's in there. I went in. We wound up talking. She goes, girl, come on and play poker with me. So for the next 3 years, I played poker at Whoopi's on Wednesday nights.
Wow.
Broke even over 3 years. And during
That's a plus.
I thought that was great. Met all kinds of people. One of the people I met during that time was John Lori. John. The psychic.
John Edward.
John Edward. I just said.
Oh, okay.
John Edward. Okay. He was doing Crossing Over, if anybody remembers that. And he's the real deal. I knew from, and I don't know why, but Whoopi decided she was going to introduce me to him as her astrologer, which I'd done her try and talk to her about it, but I go, and she's an astrologer. I go, okay. And I'd always worked in that capacity too. Anyway, we played the forehead game, which is where you put the card on your head. Is it high or low? We both got ours. He decided I was a psychic, which I am, by the way. Oh. So he asked me to come on the show, Crossing Over. And it was great. Got biz out of the dealio. Then we went on The View. Went on Dr. Phil. Sirius Radio, did all that stuff. And so to this day, I still have a client base and have done all kinds of, actually, it was very interesting. I was scheduled to go to Paris this fall, and which was going to be a big thing and whatever, go speak to the American Club of Paris that was founded by Benjamin Franklin. But there was a wacky Pisces with a Gemini rising who just did not get it together. And
Those darn Gemini risers.
Oh, you're so right about that, Rick. So speaking, but and plus this was going on, and so I went I can't believe I said this. Forget Paris. I'm going to Brookings.
Hey, face.
That's the T-shirt.
There's another saying.
Forget Paris.
Paris has no beautiful
I'm going to
ocean.
Brookings. I'm going to Brookings because it's been a parallel system that I've done as far as careers.
Okay.
And
That's interesting.
It is. It's
Now, what little I know, the John Edwards?
John Edward, no
Well,
S on the.
Edward, was he the Men from Mars, Women Venus? Is that the right
No,
guy?
that
Okay,
was
never mind.
Dr.
I had the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but
bald
you were immersed in New York, you say, for a little while? New York
I
City?
lived in New York for 5.5 years.
Oh, my.
My daughter went to high school there.
Talk about
I know.
Broadway.
I
You're
know.
right in the
Well,
middle of the...
She was going to start high school, and I go, well, we're not going to stay here in San Diego. We're going to New York City, and just landed there, which was craziness. Actually, I went there because another person who I'd been involved with was Daryl Hammond from Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
I
God.
used to do the opening at the Improv with a comedy sketch thing, and I met him, and he's a brilliant man with certain inabilities to like tie his own shoes. So I got a job as an assistant doing X amount of things. And then it was enough for me to take me to New York and take my daughter where she was going to start high school. And the public high schools in New York. Oh, so she went to the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School for International Studies, or as she called it, the bootleg high school.
Wow.
And then she went on to SUNY Albany and got a business degree. So
Now, you mentioned stand-up comedy. You did some of that?
indeed, but
I can't think of anything more nerve-wracking than
Yes.
that. I mean,
Got to be the hardest job
agree.
in the world.
oh, absolutely. And I did not do classic stand-up. I did sketch comedy, which is
Still.
all set out, and you're improving and stuff, and
Yeah.
generally there's somebody else involved in the story.
There's-
No, real stand-ups, those are like they're beyond my capacity to understand, to be on it, to respond, make your stuff.
I remember hearing, I can't remember which comedian said it, but it's something about, or saying was never let them see you sweat. And I thought, if I ever got up there, it would look like Niagara Falls.
Well, have you got a joke for us, Rick?
No.
I was going to say you haven't got you got a chance to tell the
Oh,
joke.
God, yeah. No, it would be a dad joke, and it would just fall. I would need what's the old drum thing you do?
Rim shot.
Rim shot.
Rim shot.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
But
no.
I've
doubt.
always admired them.
It's-
When I lived in born and raised around Sacramento, but my late wife and I, we were always going downtown. They had a little underground comedy club, and we were there almost every week seeing new comics.
Well, I read a quote not too long ago, and I liked it. I don't know who I can't give it its provenance, but it said, "Laughter is the sure sign of God's presence in our life."
There you go.
And I went,
I'd agree with that.
I agree with that, because if you're laughing, you ain't crying.
That's good.
And that's just all the difference. It's a state. And
No, I
That's a
think,
godlike
yeah, I
state.
think laughter is
it's the best.
is healing.
It's the best.
It's really healing.
So anytime I could get a chuckle,
Okay.
or make someone chuckle, which is even
Right.
better.
Right.
Kill them with comedy. Bam.
There you go.
Are there chuckles in the show?
No, there aren't.
No chuckles. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
there will be in
in the final.
in the
when it
next
hits Broadway.
in the next 2/3. Yes,
Okay.
there are some humorous things.
Okay.
No chuckles yet. It's a morality tale.
Okay.
You don't laugh too much at morality tales, but you can enjoy the music.
Yeah, that it all sounds fantastic.
Thank
man.
you, Rick.
I think we're going to be very lucky to be able to see this.
And we'll be able someday when it's up there on Broadway and
Well, you're going to be there for the opening.
Yeah, $300 a ticket, we'll say.
No,
we
come
knew them
on.
when.
Come on, you got the comps.
When's the last time you bought tickets in Broadway?
Well, no, these.
I bought tickets. I forget what I went to see, Chicago, I think it was, years ago, and they had the price levels. So I think probably the only thing they had available was second to the most expensive.
Right.
So the usher brought us up to our seats, and there were actually 2 rows behind us. So I said, "Where are the cheapest seats?" And she pointed to those 2. So I paid extra money to get 2 rows closer.
Well, that's Broadway.
But I was happy to get in it all because that was a wonderful.
It's called an experience. There's nothing that can move you like live theater or music.
Or experiences.
Yeah, experiences.
Travel.
Right. Being live and being there.
Yeah. Yeah, again, like I said, Sacramento wasn't New York City, but believe me, my wife.
Brookings isn't New York City, but
no, but it's a start.
It's
It definitely is the start.
yeah,
man.
you got to start somewhere. That's the nature.
You bet.
And theoretically, wouldn't I just love to go to New York, have a casting call, get whoever, whatever? But it's so much more interesting this way to see what the universe has chosen to create, because really it's beyond it. I came up with an initial concept, right?
Yeah.
And we'll break it down this way, but then everything else is just what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The people who get involved, the way the music goes, and so you just bring it together till it's in focus to something that resembles what you had in mind.
And Brookings, now I'm on the other side of the border in little old Smith River, but I'm here probably 2 or 3 times a day when I go across the
How
border.
far is that?
Oh, God, 6 miles down the road. I'm right across.
Okay, so like 15 minutes?
Oh, if
Okay.
But this area is a magnet to me for its beauty, flora, fauna. I think it attracts Wild Rivers. We talk about that. A lot of people came here to film different movies. I think Star Wars was filmed just.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
in the redwoods.
cool.
it's natural beauty.
Well, if you just looked at the mist on the hills, we were looking at
Oh, my
as we were
gosh,
driving this
everything.
morning. I go, it's stunning.
I'm
Stunning.
just enamored with this area.
Oh, yeah.
I really am, and I think that's a draw too.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Oh, I love it. And we're getting down to less than a couple of minutes. So I want to obviously thank everybody here that and to get us all revved up to get this Brookings to Broadway thing moving.
Thank you, Rick.
And
Yeah, and I
Ray.
want to say thank you to Ray and Rick and KCIW and Lori for helping us project this
you, Lori.
to really propel it forward.
Lori is the unsung everything on this. She's gotten it done.
Yeah, absolutely.
My BFF.
Yeah, we have a
And-
few people in this town that get things done, and Laurie is one of them.
Okay, you've changed your tune since we started, Rick.
Yeah, well,
That's his reclamation.
I didn't mean to.
softened Ray.
I didn't mean to disrespect her. I mean, she's actually put together a news department and things like
Isn't
that.
it marvelous?
It's
Yes,
marvelous.
it is.
But you
It
gotta-
is
you
great.
gotta-
But you have to take the good with the bad.
You got to be scary to get
Yes,
that done.
yes.
That's just the way it goes.
Well, like I said, this has been great. Yeah, I'm jazzed to be part of this tomorrow, and can't wait to
Fantastic.
go. Whether I have to stand and peek through a window or not, I'll be there.
Oh, you could bring your own little stool.
I
Never
could
mind.
do that.
The scoffer things that.
Oh God, I'll do it. If I have to, I'll do it. Well, okay. Again, thank everybody for being here and talking about this wonderful project, Brookings to Broadway.
Thank
right
Rick.
now, we're in Brookings. We'll be talking about Broadway very soon.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
you all. You're listening to KCIW LP 100.7 FM in beautiful Brookings, Oregon. Thank you all.